Tupac estate plans to
Right.
sue.
If they can prove that Diddy paid money to have Tupac killed, it's another lawsuit. He's already got 50 lawsuits already. What's one more? So, to be honest with you,
He said he was one more. I think I may have asked you this before. I'm not sure. Because this is talk of. I personally don't believe it, but there's this talk of Zip being seen with a $1 million check. Now, again, he's deceased. You're fake. Oh, wait, hold on. Can they link back this $1 million check that Zip supposedly got?
okay, I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Let's suppose Diddy gave Zip a check. I don't think he wrote payable to Zip for murder of Tupac.
Right.
That's number one.
Okay.
If he did give him a check, which has been told, which has been said, maybe he gave it to him towards his company or maybe to open up a business, which could be legit.
Right.
But you have to prove that the check he wrote was for him to kill Tupac. Now, if you remember in this case, Tupac was killed because of what happened at the MGM Grand Casino
Orlando, right?
with Orlando Anderson. This was payback to get him. Now, was the death caused because the check was paid to Zip to give to someone else? No, that wasn't the case. Supposedly, from what's been said, Zip never paid anyone for the execution of Tupac.
Right.
So if he didn't pay anyone, how can you prove that the actual check that was given was paid to kill Tupac when in fact the death of Tupac was caused by Orlando Anderson and the guys in the vehicle when Keefe D was in, when they went after him for the beatdown at the MGM. So was Tupac's death for the beatdown at the MGM or was it from the check? Well, if you'd have to look at this, and if I was a prosecutor, I would say, well, we can't prove that the check was done and it correlates to the murder of Tupac, because if I was to assume that, where's the check? And how do I prove that he was paid if he was never paid? You follow what I'm saying?
Right. But okay, there's no way. I'm not sure how this is done. You know, you're in law enforcement. I'm not. To look into Zip, a deceased man's finances, and try to find $1 million out of nowhere. I don't know.
But how do you prove it? Zip is dead.
Right.
You can't. A dead man don't talk.
True.
You can't put Zip on the stand and say he got a check from Diddy and this was for, because he's dead. And the problem is everybody was talking about this check. Could he have given him a check? Possibly. But again, how is it proven that the check that he gave Zip was for the murder of Tupac when in fact these guys went after him for the beatdown at the MGM that had nothing to do with the check because they were never paid for it?
Right. Well, according to Keefe, he was told, or he said, Zip ripped me off. He ran off with the money. He didn't give me my half.
Okay, could there have been a promise with Keefe D and Zip? Maybe. But how do you corroborate what Keefe D is saying because Zip is dead?
Right, yeah.
So who's to say that Keefe D might be lying to save himself on this trial? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't really prove that money was paid for the hit.
Right.
And it wasn't, I don't think they got into a fight at the MGM and said, okay, we got the money for the hit, let's go get him now. No.
No. Well, he said, okay, we could at the same time Keefe had said, at the same time we could take care of that other thing, meaning we could kill him, we could get our get back, and get paid because there was a,
But how could he get paid if he never got paid? If you never got the money, why would you carry out something if you didn't get paid?
His intention
With the promise that he's going to pay you?
Yeah, basically.
These guys don't trust one another. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. Zip had a lot of credibility with New York and LA gangsters and people from around. He was a well-known guy in the business. I arrested Zip.
Yeah.
So I know. But what I'm saying to you is, more or less, he's dead now. So you can't really correlate as to what happened with that check and what it was for. Now, if we go on what Keefe D is saying, that this is what happened, how do we believe him with no corroboration? Now, I think it was also said that, what did somebody said they saw the check? Gene Deal, maybe he said that the check was definitely written to him, but does he know that the check was given to him for the murder, to carry out the murder? I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if it was it ever paid? No. So how do you say it was a murder for hire?
Right.
A murder for hire if nothing was paid out.
I see. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But let's rehash it. Tupac's family has hired a team of private attorneys who specialize in cold cases in order to look into Diddy putting the $1 million hit on Tupac. And if they uncover the Tupac estate plans to
Right.
sue.
If they can prove that Diddy paid money to have Tupac killed, it's another lawsuit. He's already got 50 lawsuits already. What's one more? So, to be honest with you.
He said he was one more.
But they're going to come forward and they're going to look to get him because he has money. And if they can prove, they already know everybody's coming after him. So why not go after him for the murder of Tupac if they can prove that he provided this money for his death? But again, you have to prove this.
Right.
You know, again, you have to have some corroboration to prove that this happened. You know,
Again, everybody's dead.
everybody's dead pretty much. One thing about these guys, they lived the way they lived that life and died the same way. They lived violently and died violently.